It's Monday. We got Monday Night Football, 49ers at Vikings. It's going to be a throwdown. I can't wait. I'm telling you right now, Brock Purdy will have the 49ers locked in and loaded. Let's go. We're going to break it down right here on the Wayne Breezie Show.
We so bright that we shining. All we know is the Niners. Red and gold at its finest. We so faithful to the bay. We so bright that we shining. All we know is the Niners. Red and gold at its finest. We so faithful to the bay. Yeah.
Let's go. Red and gold, red and gold, red and gold. I hope you guys are happy. It's been a long time since the 49ers played football. The last time they played, they took an L. That's right. 49ers took an L to the Cleveland Browns, who continuously get help from the referees. All right. They continually get help from the referees. They did win on Sunday. But listen, I'm excited because we're going to talk some 49ers. It's been a minute. I've been out traveling, doing other things, but it's good to be back. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Welcome to the WayneBreezie Show. I see a bunch of Breezy Bunch crew members in the building. Doesn't matter which package you got, you're going to get some love on today. Shout out to all the subscribers to the channel. Listen, all right, make sure you guys always hit that like button, man. You guys are in here. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's first and foremost. Also, if you're new to the stream, absolutely new to the stream, go ahead. Don't be afraid. Click on subscribe. I promise you won't get bit. You won't get shot. Nothing won't happen to you. You're just going to click the subscribe button. Now, I will tell you, you're going to get a lot of show notifications. All right. So make sure you turn your notifications to all and click that bell so that they're all on. All right. So let's go ahead and get down to some of the morning shout outs. My man Boss is in the building. Yeah. Niners should be real mean after last week. That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say locked in. Like, mean isn't even the word. I'm thinking more ferocious, dog style. Yeah, like dog style. Like that's what I'm thinking. We got a bunch of dogs too. Like, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of dogs. All right. So look, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Brock Purdy will be one of those dogs leading his team to another victory. My man Matthew's in the building. It's Mother Game Day. See, when you write it like that, I can press the button. Let's try one more time. It's MF Game Day. Let's go. Big Daddy Niners in the building. BB in the house. My man Troy. Shout out to Troy, man. 11 months, bro. Almost a year, almost a full year. You're about to have a Breezy anniversary, a Breezy Bunch anniversary. Almost 12 months, Troy. Thank you so much. And Troy, congrats, man. Congrats to your Florida State Seminoles, who remain unfreaking defeated. I love it. They remain undefeated in college football, just like my Michigan Wolverines, baby. Just like my Michigan Wolverines. Let me pull this down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Feels good. Feels good, right, Troy? Feels good, man. Talk your talk, baby. Good morning to you, bro. Red and Gold Blooded is in the building. What's up, Niner fam? Much love. Hashtag the BB Crew's in the building. Listen, I tell you right now, Peachy's in the house. She's putting out an article. Listen, if you guys didn't get a check, I didn't do the video for Keys to Victory. I'll do it today live on the show. But if you guys didn't get a chance to read it in its depth and its entirety, go to www.49erswebzone.com. Check out the article. I got my keys to victory. Look, we didn't stick to the keys to victory last weekend. We somehow ended up losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point that out. All right, man. Check it out. Marty Mark, 49er Empire. Let's get this dub. I like the BB emoji. That's way better than what I would have came up with. Don't bother me. What's going on, fam? Coach Cruz, the greatest coach of all time, is in the building with the Let's Go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Just making sure I don't miss out anybody. Chrissy 1687 is in the building. Miss Debbie is in the building. Good morning, Wayne. Blessings to everyone joining on this game day, Monday, in prime time. Hashtag BB, please remember to hit that like button. JP Hard 2800. What's going on, fam? With the hashtag BB. My man Terrence is in the building. Fernando, I see you out there always, man. Appreciate the love. You know how we do, baby. We know how we do. Jax is in the building. What's going on, Jax Knox? And she gifted a membership. Let's see if I can find out who that membership went to. Let's see. The membership went to my man, Niner Joe. What's going on, Niner Joe? Congratulations. Thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to Jax. Make sure you show her some love out there on the gift. My man Mike is in the building. What's going on, family? And the one and only Miss Felicia Hackett is in the building. Good morning, ting faithful. Let's go. All right, boom. Y'all, a lot of Breezy Bunch members out there. There's a lot of shout outs, but you know what? That's what happens when you become part of the crew. All right, you become a part of the crew. If I missed anybody, don't charge it to me, charge it to the game. I promise I'll get around to it. All right, we got another shout out, man. Eddie G and the Bulldogs. We got two 11-month strong members right here going strong. He says, "What's up, Faithful?" I was putting smell and faithful together. I smell a dub. Let's effing go. Love y'all. Look, it's been a minute since the 49ers, they walked off the field in Cleveland with a bad taste in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And so I can tell you right now, they didn't like that taste. And you could see it from the pressers. You could see it throughout the practices this week. They just left with a bad taste. And I can tell you right now, they're probably going to take all of their frustrations out unfortunately, on these Vikings. Now, look, I expect it to be somewhat of a good game, but I expect the 49ers to hit that button at some point in this game on all three cylinders, even four cylinders, if you want to talk about it, all four cylinders. All right. I expect them to hit that button straight up and down. I mean, coaching, special teams, offense, defense, all cylinders. I expect that button to be hit. I see we got somebody new in here, and I just wanted to make sure I shout it out because I just so happened to see my man Aaron Rodriguez says, "What's up, Breezie?" Here from El Paso, Texas. Thanks for the great content. No, thank you for being a part of the great content. I truly appreciate the community, the love, the faithful. We family over here, bro. So thank you, man. I'm gonna give you the air horns just because, baby. Just because. But nah, man, I'm super excited about that, and I want to talk about, Brock Purdy. I want to talk about how he will be locked in, how it's going to activate the rest of the team, right? The remainder players of the team, And so we'll go ahead and break that down a little bit, something, have some fun on this show. All right, man. Thank you guys for being here once again. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget, 4 p.m. today Eastern, no harm, no foul, with myself and the one and only Mike Andrews from Nothing But Niners. It's a great show. It's only 30 minutes of your time, and I promise you're going to want to tune in today to today's episode, all right? To today's episode, you're going to definitely want to tune in. All right, let's have some fun with it, baby. Let's get down to the get down. Look, the Niners, all right, first and foremost, before we even get into the news of the show, all right, we got a birthday that we want to celebrate, and we want to send out a happy birthday shout out to the one and only, the best defensive player in the world, Craig. All right, the best defensive player in the world. His name is Nicholas. What's his middle name, y'all? John Bosa. I just wanted to make that out. Probably wrong. I've heard it plenty of times, but Nick Bosa, we want to send a happy birthday shout out, man. He's going to get the round of applause out there. You can't really play the happy birthday without getting copyright infringement. So we want to send a happy birthday. Now it's his birthday. Question real quick. How many sacks is Nick Bosa looking to get on his birthday? It's his birthday. I feel like he's going to be playing with a different type of juju just because it's a special day for him. And since it's a special day for Nick Bosa, like, you know what I mean? Cool. I'm just going to give it to Brandon Ben says, sorry, but Garrett tops this year. I said in the world, he could be the best player in football, but in the world right now, it's still Nick Bosa. 97 sacks. Good God. That's a lot of sacks. Woo. Man, I didn't expect it. Nah, listen, Myles Garrett is having a great year. Look, can you guys help me out with a rule today? Aaron Rubin says 97 sacks. I got a question. I thought in the NFL, you couldn't jump over on field goal attempts. You couldn't jump over the lineman. Is there a new rule to that? Did I miss something? Did I miss a rule? I'm just curious to know. I didn't think you can jump over the line, period. Like I thought you couldn't do that. But Miles Garrett did it, man. Scaled that whole line and got a block shot. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was I mean a block field goal to a block shot like it's basketball. And I was like, dang, like that's deep. Like that that dude is a monster. So he's having a tremendous year and things like that, man. And I just wanted to send him uh, you know, Miles Garrett, you get the flowers right now. You doing your thing, baby. That Browns defense ain't nothing to mess with as well. Also, happy birthday to my brother, my man Taryn. I hope you're able to tune into the show or whatnot. I know you're enjoying your birthday. I believe you turned the great 4-4. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Taryn, don't hit me no more. What's going on, baby? Happy birthday to you, man. I hope you're enjoying your day, and I hope the Niners go out and attack the Vikings in high fashion. Like, you know what I'm saying, on your special day, man. So happy birthday. Shout outs to all the birthdays out there. Is it Scorpio season? I saw my man Kylie put that in. I don't know. I only know the Capricorns. Kind of Capricorns is what I know. But if it's Scorpio season, man, enjoy y'all birthday season. All right, listen. Look, I did the Madden challenge, right? And I want to talk about the Madden challenge really quickly. I promise. It ain't gonna take long. But the Madden challenge happened. Now, I will say this. The 49ers in that particular game, it was a weird game. It's another high scoring game. Colin, what's going on, baby? All right. But the 49ers, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, all right, go ahead and check it out. It's right here on the channel. 49ers won 42-38. Another high scoring game. Not in the hundreds this week, but definitely a high scoring game. And I was just like, you have to watch the whole thing. Don't just skip to the end. I promise you. But some things went down in the game and things was going south, like negative south, like the depths of hell south for the 49ers. And then the angel from heaven up above said, nah, I'm not going to leave y'all down here. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to keep the blessings flowing. And somehow the Niners came back, pulled it off, finished the game, and they improved to 4-2 in Madden. It's crazy. It's like the weirdest. It's the weirdest time. It's the weirdest 2 hours of time when you watch the Madden Simulation Challenge with your boy Breezie, because it's very emotional. But shout out to everybody that does tune in and pay attention to it, man. It's it's just weird. It's just weird to watch. All right. But look, let's get to week 7. Let's got the matchup. All right. The 49ers, I believe the spread, they're -7 at the Vikings. All right. If you guys like to do this type of stuff, you go out there, you do your thing, be my guest. I just want the Niners to win. I don't care if it's by 1 point. I don't care if it's by a half a point, which I think is almost impossible. But the Niners just need to go out there, find a way, and pull out another victory. Now they're going to be doing it because we got to talk about some of the injuries that we have. So Deebo Samuel will not be playing in this game. All right. And I know a lot of people feel a way about Deebo Samuel, but guys, it's a mother freaking injury. I think people forget that, players play football, they get banged up, they get injured. I mean, it happens. But it's another injury to Deebo Samuel, and I know a lot of people are feeling some type of way about it. But listen, in the Cleveland Browns game, on first play, jet sweep to the left. He gets tackled after the 8-yard gain, 7 to 8-yard gain for Deebo Samuel, and unfortunately, like the defender kind of like was pulling on his arm, trying to bring him down to the ground, and somehow the shoulder and the bicep was affected. And he talked about it on the Up and Adams show. His arm felt numb, and he couldn't really feel his arm and things like that. And he was trying to come back into the game, but he was just ineffective, and he didn't want to hurt the team in any other kind of way. So he didn't come back. He didn't return to the game. You saw how the game plan couldn't really shift without Debo in there, and the Niners couldn't really activate their offense properly because the game was planned with Debo in the game plan. But listen, he won't be playing for the next couple of weeks, so don't expect Debo to play until Jacksonville. I think that's kind of like how we got to look at it. Like Debo Samuel won't be available to the Jacksonville game. I do know that the 49ers got a short week this week. They head home to face the Cincinnati Bengals, who coming off of a bye, but I don't think Debo's going to be out there for that particular game. They said he was going to miss about 2 weeks. Then there's the bye week, and so I'm thinking Jacksonville will be when we see Debo Samuel again. Trent Williams is listed as doubtful with the ankle injury. Which I'm glad that he's not going to play in this game, especially with an ankle injury, because you don't want Trent Williams out there on this turf and his foot gets stuck into the turf and things like that. And it's just you just it's best to kind of like rest the big fella and let him just chillax and see what happens, see how that ankle looks. Does the swelling go down? Is it good to go on regular grass at home against Cincinnati? My thoughts are Trent Williams probably 9 times out of 10 will play against Cincinnati at home. But I think it's a good way to rest him. You know what I'm saying, or whatnot. All right, look, I got some Debo pushback, and I love it. We got this conversation. My man Nick Nice 21 says, but Breezy, it's ever since he got the bag. What do you mean? He's been injured every year. Every year, Debo suffers some type of an injury where he has to miss a few games. So I don't think it's ever since he got the bag. I think Debo Samuel was actually injured the year he earned the bag, right? Like that year that Kyle didn't want to give him the ball, he missed a couple of games that year too. So Debo just it just ugh. Like it just he just plays very hard. But I just feel like even on that play, I don't think Debo Samuel did anything to get injured. I mean, he just ran the ball. He was tackled and got injured on the tackle, in my opinion. That's kind of where I live. But he does play very aggressive. Him and George Kittle, they play very aggressive. And both of those guys, I mean, both of those guys earned the bag. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. It's his style of play. I don't think you want to change it because then it makes Debo I think it makes him ineffective as a player. So he's going to have to play the way he normally plays. Again, Trent Williams is doubtful, so he's not probably going to play. Christian McCaffrey with the oblique injury. And finally, the information was revealed to us this weekend that there's a slight tear, but he's listed as questionable, and we got word on the street that he is going to play per Adam Schefter. Christian McCaffrey will play tonight with a slight tear in the oblique. I know everybody's probably feeling some type of way. Do you want thumbs up if you want Christian McCaffrey to play? He's gonna play, but thumbs down if you feel like he should just chillax another week. I'm just curious to know how you guys feel about that. I'll post some of the comments that I see up here. My man Leo says Debo is a huge part of our system. I refuse to let people. I'm the same way, Leo. Um I do apologize live on air if I offended anybody with my harsh choice of words on the overreaction show. Um Definitely was feeling some type of way um because in that game, first of all, I was mad we lost, but in that game, you saw how valuable Debo Samuel is to the 49ers in this particular style of offense. And when you're trying to beat a team that's going to blitz, that has a crazy pass rush, you need your best screen buster out there on the football field. Believe it or not, I'm not saying because Christian McCaffrey didn't have a great game either, but Debo is the screen buster. Let's just keep it a buck. Like that's the guy you want the ball in his hand super quickly, and then let the magic happen. But yeah, I'm with you, Leo. I can't let people bash him because you saw on Sunday if he's a part of the game plan and he's removed from the game plan, you can see exactly how the game plan can go south, right? We tried to put in Ray McLeod, didn't work properly. Now I expect a different game plan this week. But we got some thumbs ups. We got some thumbs downs. I like this. Like so, red and gold blooded with the thumbs up. Eddie G with the thumbs up. You feel like he should play. Don't bother me. Says nah, man. He probably should chillax. Alejandro thinks he should chillax as well. This is a 50-50. I'm with you, Terrence. 50-50. Kylie, thumbs down. I like it when I do says Tony. What's up, Tony? Thumbs up. Scarlet O, thumbs down. Symmetry with 5 thumbs ups. You know, we got the 50-50 again. You know what I'm saying, Colin? Look, man, look. Let me just explain like who you guys have to understand who Christian McCaffrey is and where he comes from. He comes from his mommy and daddy, who are probably 2 of the most athletic, aggressive athletes during their time. I'm going to say this story. I say it every single time. And I need you to understand where this story came from. Ed McCaffrey, that's Christian McCaffrey's father. Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's dad. He came out and made a statement on the Sirius XM NFL on his show. And he explained the difference between being hurt and being injured. He explained the difference. He said specifically, and I can't quote him, but he said, if you can play, if you're not injured, then you need to go out there and play. That's what he said. Basically, I'm paraphrasing it. And he said specifically this: don't give anybody the opportunity to take your job. Well, I'm going to chalk this up to saying that Jordan Mason is looking to be the start running back for the San Francisco 49ers. I think Elijah Mitchell wants a shot, and I don't know if TDP is going to get a shot because he's lower on the depth chart. But I can tell you right now, everybody out here and their mama want to see Jordan Mason play, right? Well, I tell you what, if Christian McCaffrey sits down this game, you will get Jordan Mason and Elijah Mitchell, and then from there, it could kind of deter things. Now, I understand y'all logic, and I understand you should rest them, and I understand all that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just telling you where he came from and the type of mindset and the type of family or the pedigree that he's brought up of, right? Christian McCaffrey in his brain feels like he is just hurt. He doesn't feel like he's injured. That's how he feels. With that being said, he's the one that told Kyle Shanahan, do not change the game plan this week. Expect me to play. He specifically told his head coach that. So I don't think the only way Kyle Shanahan could have kept him out if there was like an abdominal tear, straight up like hacksaw through the middle, a broken rib, I think he even plays with a broken rib. You call me crazy. I just think. I think he plays with the broken rib. Tony, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like his pedigree. Now, if it was a knee, if it was an ankle, if it was something that would hurt him from being productive, literally on the football field, I think he would take a bow out. I think the coach would make him take a bow out. He probably gonna put on some Johnson's alcohol rub slice pads, some gauze, some extra cushion around the cushion. You know, the rib injury, the ribs and the obliques. He can go out there and play. I tell you what, there's a poll question going on right now about Christian McCaffrey. Will the consecutive game touchdown win streak continue? And I'm gonna call it, man. I think Christian McCaffrey gets 2 touchdowns in this game, so I'm gonna say yes. It's definitely going to continue. But we're going to see. We're going to have to monitor it and see how it is after he takes his first hit. Like, you know what I mean? So because of the pedigree of where he comes from, his mindset and all that good stuff, first of all, he ain't let nobody take his job. And that you got to love him for that. You got to love, you know what? Y'all got to give Christian McCaffrey. Here's why you got to love him for that. Because he knows. He knows you get one opportunity. One. You get one. And you leave no room. Doesn't mean he don't love his teammates. It doesn't mean he's not cheering them on. He's just simply saying, hey, man, I'm just hurt, man. I ain't injured. So, sorry, man. But you could definitely get a couple of carries when I come out, when I take myself out. That's his mindset. So I'm not mad at him for his mindset. Like, I'm not. Christian McCaffrey's going to play. And guys, it's football. It's football. Niner Cali boy with the question says, can we beat the Vikings without CMC? Yes. So why risk him? So what are we risking him with? Like we're talking about an oblique. oblique injury. We've seen people play with this oblique injury before. No one's ever questioned about sitting those guys. Brock Purdy played with the oblique injury last year. I bet you didn't ask to sit his ass, did you? No, nobody did. I guarantee you why. Because we were winning. The streak was crazy. You forgot Brock Purdy got his obliques injured in that Tampa Bay game on the first play where there was just nobody blocking. I don't know why he didn't step up because he's looking right there. But he had an oblique injury, and all I'm saying is he played through the injury. You get what I'm saying? Like he played through it. It's an oblique. It's a slight tear. Sure, Brock Purdy was hurting. It did affect him a little bit, but it didn't affect him enough to not play. You get what I'm saying? So look, everybody, to each their own. You can have your own whatever about it, but Christian McCaffrey, he's tough, man. He's gonna be out there. So back to some of the injuries. Dre Greenlaw has also been listed questionable, but he's been practicing. He's been practicing. All right. Dre Greenlaw has been practicing. And so that's good because I can tell you right now, Dre Greenlaw not on the football field for the defense is different. It's just different out there. It's different out there, and you guys know exactly what I mean by it being different out there. Team had 10 missed tackles last week, so it was definitely different out there. All right. So Dre Greenlaw is listed as questionable, but I'm expecting him to play. Also for the Vikings, Ezra Cleveland is out. And Caleb Evans and Jalen Naylor have been listed questionable. You already know that they're going to be missing Marcus Davenport. They're also going to be missing my man Jettas, who I just really wanted to see play. I really wanted to see how our DBs played against their wide receivers, especially with having him out there. But unfortunately, he's on the IR for the next couple of games, next couple of weeks. So, he won't be out there as well for the Minnesota Vikings. Ezra Cleveland, Kirk Cousins is going to be missing a key piece to his offensive line. Something to pay attention to, guys. Ezra Cleveland is out. Now, I'm the Debbie Downer. I'm the type of person that I'm just a realist when I'm not trying to be an opportunist or optimistic is maybe what I really wanted to say. I'm just saying there were some key pieces missing to the Cleveland Browns offensive line, but we took advantage. We had a few sacks last week. We had a few sacks last week. But let's see if the Niners really figure out how to dial up the pressure. You know what I would love to see the 49ers do? Did you I'm sure you all watched football yesterday, right? I feel like the difference between the Niners defense and everybody else's defense, I love the Niners. Like the Niners defense is good. It's great, right? Man, what happened to the blitzes? Like I'm watching teams just send more people than the offensive lineman can block on certain downs, and it just totally confuses everything. Like maybe we get a little bit more of that. I don't know where that is. I thought that was part of who Steve Wilkes was. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get some of that. Maybe we'll get some of that. I don't know. I'm hoping so because we really need to get home, especially on Kirk Cousins. Make him have to go 3rd and 30 and 3rd and 40 and just long drives. Like right. Make him have to go that. I would like to see more pressure from the San Francisco 49ers defense. I feel like I'm willing to trust the guys they have in the back end. I'm willing to trust the guys that they have in the back end. I am. Case Brown, I ain't even going to point to that. Plus, they got help from the referees again. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. All right, let me get to something that I didn't do. I'm going to give you guys my keys to victory. All right, now. Again, you can read the keys to victory. Just go to 49ers webzone.com. All right. www.49erswebzone.com. Again, I'll make sure I put the link inside of the description. So, on the side of the chat. So, all you got to do is click on it. All right. But I definitely want to talk about my keys to victory. And it's number one. Number one is establishing the run. Now, as much as I talked about Christian McCaffrey playing, if you read the article, I also talked about utilizing some of these other running backs in this particular game with Christian McCaffrey coming or playing with the oblique injury. So Niner Cali boy, I do agree. I think it will be wise not to sit Christian McCaffrey because he's just hurt. He's not injured, but give these other guys some of the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Listen, every time Jordan Mason gets in the game, it's like he's averaging 6+ yards per carry. He's giving you a nice burst, whether it's up the middle. We're trying to get him to be that outside runner. He's just not there yet. So don't utilize him like that. Maybe use Eliza Mitchell to the outside, use Jordan Mason on the inside. Just keep it, changing up. And then when you put McCaffrey back in there, you'll have the defense kind of like backed up just a little bit to where he can kind of get through, get an explosive play. Because Christian McCaffrey is always, if you look at him, whenever he runs the ball, he's always getting the ball and he's going forward, unless they run blitz and they just have guys already in the backfield. That's when I need Brock Purdy to kind of like pay attention to. Listen, if it's a run and you see these linebackers or whatever trying to fill in these gaps extra quick because they're going to be blitzing, maybe you want to slide the protection or change the player, audible, do something slight. I think he has 2 plays he can call, a pass and a run out of it. Go to the quick throw, go to the screen, change it up a little bit, confuse them. And I think as Brock gets, a little bit more well versed and comfortable, I think you'll see that. But sometimes when these running backs get blown up in the backfield, we've seen it a lot. It's because of the defense trying to confuse the offense. Now, I will say this: I don't give what that happens. I don't care if we get 5 times in the backfield. Continue to find a way to run this ball. Do not fall and become one-dimensional, because that's when I feel like, because Vikings are going to blitz, that's when the Vikings will probably try to tee off on Brock Purdy. So find a way to establish the run, continue to run. It's key to the 49ers because it just opens up so much for the 49ers offense. Kyle has this playbook, and then it's like there's some runs in there, and those runs will open up the passing game. We talk about it all the time. It's the play action pass. That's what we want to see, whether he's booting out to the right, booting out to the left, dropping back for 5 steps, faking the handoff to the running back, getting that ball out. That gives time for his wide receivers to get open, and if they're in zone or whatever or whatnot, find the holes. Brock is pretty notorious at doing that, but you got to establish the run one way or another. Number 2, it leads to letting it rip. Listen, I won't be surprised after the type of game that Brock Purdy had, who did continue to find a way to let the ball rip. He did, right? Brock Purdy let the ball rip. He got the ball downfield. Unfortunately, the one which it was a couple of passes. One was on a penalty, which was a free play to Christian McCaffrey. It was overthrown. And the other was perfectly, to me, thrown, maybe slightly overthrown to Brandon Ayuk, who couldn't reel it in. But Brock has to continue to find ways to let it rip. I think they do this because they're going to establish the run. And Brock's going to test that secondary. The secondary isn't good. And so test them. Test them safeties. Put Harrison Smith in coverage. Keep his ass off the line of scrimmage. Keep him out of the run game. Force him to cover. I tell you what, I'll take the 49ers receivers and passing receiving game over their secondary each and every day of the week. So Brock Purdy, don't be afraid, man. Let that ball rip. All right. Eliminate. Number 3, eliminate the explosive plays. Listen, defensive coordinator, coach Steve Wilks has 2 mantras. 1, limit the explosive plays. 2, create turnovers. Well, I tell you what, the 49ers lead the league in interceptions with 10. So they have that in the bag. They're looking at forcing more fumbles so that they could be number 1 in turnovers. But they do give up explosive plays. Now, these explosive plays don't necessarily go for touchdowns, but they still go for points, whether it's 3, whether it's 6. They got to eliminate those explosive plays. The Niners find themselves giving up at least 2 in the air per game and at least a couple on the ground. Now, I think with Dre Greenlaw being back, it will eliminate the run explosive plays. Cleveland had too many. 4, 5, maybe even 6 plays like rushing for over 10 yards. Anything over 10 yards rushing is an explosive play. You give up 10 yards on a run, you need to go check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. In the air, I'm kind of a little bit more lenient. Anything over 20, I say 25 yards, that's considered an explosive play in my opinion. In the air, those are my rules for explosive plays. You can have your own. All I'm saying is we got to eliminate them. Those 2 to Amari Cooper, who had like 0 catches last week, like this past Sunday against he just was a non-factor. I know I got him in fantasy. He got me 0.1 points. Anyway, Amari Cooper had a day against the Niners. I just didn't think they would let him have the day. You let anybody else have the day. You don't let him have the day, but the Niners let him have the day. He had the 2 explosive plays, 1 for 26, 1 for 58. Like, he just has some explosive plays in the air. One of them led to a touchdown. Another led to 3 points. But the Niners got to eliminate those explosive plays. Don't limit them. Don't even eliminate. Like, don't let them happen. Get rid of them. Eliminate the explosive plays. Why? You don't want these guys continuing drives, having opportunities to put up points. It makes your defense tired. Like all of these are factors to why your team could lose games. Eliminate the explosive plays. Get rid of them. Number 4, this was it's going back to basics. Going back to the basics. Wrapping and tackling. What do I mean? Look, the Niners be looking to use. If you guys play Madden, where's my controller? All right. All right. So this is my PlayStation 5 controller, right? And when you're playing defense on PlayStation, if you got the Xbox, I got one of those somewhere around here too. All right. I typically like to use the boom. It's called the hit stick. I just hit flick up on this D-pad right here. Boom. And I'm looking to lay a mother out, like out. And I'm hoping the ball pops out. But it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble because if you don't hit them hard, it doesn't always work either, right? It's a gamble. And so I felt like the 49ers were literally trying to lay the boom on some of those Cleveland Brown players. And they had 10 missed tackles last week against the Cleveland Browns simply because they didn't want to stick to the basics. They didn't want to wrap and they weren't tackling. I saw Tashawn Gibson on a 20 plus 20-yard run from Jerome Ford, try to hit him with the boom boom, with the shoulder boom. And Jerome just did the cool, good old Joe Montana football Sega Genesis spin. That's what I saw. He just was like, nope. And it was the Genesis spin because it wasn't no really crazy spin. It was just a nice little twirl around. You're not going to tackle me. Kept his legs moving and had a big game. Like, we can't miss tackles. You can't miss tackles. Again, Dre Greenlaw should be and better be playing this week because them 10 missed tackles was his 10 tackles. I can tell you right now, Dre Greenlaw would have had about 10 tackles in that game. And the thing I like about Dre Greenlaw, he going to lay the boom and he going to wrap a tackle at the same time. And you might get suplex, but hopefully that gets taken out of Dre Greenlaw's game because they starting to call the personal foul call on those plays all of a sudden. Now you can't just you can't DDT or power bomb or tombstone a player anymore. It's got to be straight, whatever. I thought they was trying to combine the WWE with the NFL, but clearly not when Dre Greenlaw plays. All right. So listen, wrap and tackle. The 49ers got to get back to their basics, get the wrapping in and the tackling back into their repertoire because you just don't want to give up a big play. Like, not wrapping and tackling leads to explosive plays. I don't know if you can see that there's continuity to these keys to victory. All right. But wrapping and tackling, and it leads to number 5, which, in my opinion, is the only reason the 49ers lost to the Cleveland Browns. They had 12. I don't care about Cleveland's 13. They had 12 penalties. 12. The 49ers are ranked damn near at the bottom and penalties, 29th. That's almost last. They gotta stop getting so many penalties. I thought that the 49ers were a lot more disciplined. Maybe the coaching is too lackadaisical. There needs to be something. There needs to be a shift in the atmosphere, whether you're going to hold the captains accountable, the coaches accountable, because that's who that's on. Like, these penalties, like the coaching, the cap, like, listen, stop. Holdings, false starts, illegal procedures, personal fouls, like all the penalties. The 49ers have a total of 51 penalties, 46 of them, which actually are, infraction upon the 49ers, right? So that means that 3 of those penalties were offset and 3 were declined. That's a lot of penalties. So listen, the 49ers have to figure out how to be disciplined. If they can stick to these 5 keys to victory, right? If they can stick to these 5 keys, establish the run, let the ball rip in the air, eliminate the explosive plays, wrap and tackle, and be disciplined, 49ers, ladies and gentlemen, will be headed into another victory on this season, sitting at 6-1, tied for the best record in the NFL with the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, there's your keys to victory. All right, man, let's go ahead and get down to the show. Brock Purdy, 49ers will be locked in against the Vikings. I just feel like Brock, The thing I love about Brock, and I know you've seen his videos throughout the week, and the thing that I love about him the most is his moxie, right? It's the fact that it just does, he doesn't seem flustered by questions. He doesn't seem like, even in a game, like he doesn't hold his head down. If he makes a bad play, he kind of chucks it off. Brock shot the interception in the game and kind of brushed it off. And at the end of the day, everybody was telling me about this. At the end of the day, Brock still found a way to get his team into a game winning position. Okay? Into a game winning position. Brock did that. Brock did that. Brock did it. He had the help of a penalty because I got to give you out of context. That was what really happened. But at the end of the day, he still kept his moxie. And that's the thing I love about Brock, right? Brock is going to keep himself cool, calm, and collected out of all times. Cool, calm, and collected all time, right? And that's what I love about Brock. So here's the question. If Brock is locked in, which other players from the 49ers are going to be locked in with Brock? Which of the other players from the 49ers are going to be locked in with Brock? I tell you what, I'm going to put the link inside the chat. We got 20 minutes, guys. I got a tight schedule today. You guys can join me for about 20 minutes. You know how we do is Monday. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Brock's going to be locked in. Who is he activating on today? Basically, that's the question that I'm asking. Offensively and defensively. Offensively and defensively. Who is Brock locking in? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Brock Purdy's coming out, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has about 3 touchdowns. I don't care about his yardage. I don't care about none of that. One of them might be a rushing touchdown. Brock will be locked in, and that's the Brock we need. That's the Brock with the ice in the veins and all that good stuff. All right, now I got somebody in the queue. Let's get my man Case 49 on here. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, Breezie? How you doing,
I'm
fam?
doing I'm doing real good, man. I'm happy that it's 49ers football day and we're going to be celebrating a victory after tonight. I can feel it.
Man, let me tell you, yeah, I feel like we're gonna have a victory, man. I'm not really into the Vikings that much, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think they're gonna be much of a threat. But the season just got interesting last week for me, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like now we got adversity that we got to overcome. You know what I mean? And it's like we got players injured. You remember when I called before and I was like, hey, you know, I think that Trey had a falling out with Shanahan over the type of system it's going to take in order to win the Super Bowl. I think Trey wanted to do more of a spread offense, get the ball down the field a little bit more, and Kyle wanted to stick to the yak, the short game, run after catch.
Correct.
But like I said, that's going to take a toll on our skill players like Debo, Ayuk, McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they're going to be able to be healthy enough come week 17. We're going to definitely need to get the bye week for sure. You know what I'm saying? So, as we see, they're already a little bit banged up. So it's interesting, you know what I mean? I want to see if Kyle is able to adjust to this adversity. It's not even really about Brock for me. It's about Kyle. You know what I mean? Like, this is his year. He got the quarterback that he wants. So we need to see if his coaching is going to be up to par to take us all the way. You know what I mean? And this is another good test. Last week was a good test because he didn't have CMC, for the whole game. But at the same time, I kind of feel like we was getting worked a little bit even with CMC in the game. You know what I mean? So, we had a really, the Browns came out, they played really tough on defense and everything like that. They came in with a lot of balance and attitude and stuff like that. So, the 49ers got to be ready, man. I want to see if Kyle is going to be able to adjust. Will you give somebody else the ball? Will you give somebody else a chance? Like Jordan Mason. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
for some reason, I don't know what happened, but Kyle he stopped giving other people a chance. It's like if you're not one of the Pro Bowlers or one of the top heavy guys that's on this team, it's like you got to fight to get a chance to touch the rock. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see more of Ray Ray. Like, I think Ray Ray might actually be a better route runner and can get open better down the field than Debo. You know what I'm saying? Now, I love Debo. Debo's a dog, but I think Ray Ray can bring more to to this team. I mean, if you're not going to give Danny Gray a chance, if he's still hurt, I don't even know the situation with him. And it's like our whole rookie class not even playing except for Jake Moody. Like I know Ronnie Bell got in there for like a couple of plays when Ayuk was hurt, but where's our rookie class, man? You know what I mean? Like, do we even draft this year? I guess not, man. Nobody's getting a chance. I feel like Jalen Graham did enough in the preseason and in training camp to at least get a few snaps. Oren Burks was getting tore up on the screens last week. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't closing. He was getting pushed around on blocks. Like they ate us up on the screens, and that was really on Oren Burks because he was taking over Dre Greenlaw's spot. And it's just like the tone setter wasn't there. Nobody was there laying the wood, setting the tone for how we tackled last week. I feel like Jalen Graham has that same type of attitude like Aziz and Greenlaw had. So I feel like he should get a chance, man. But we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see if Kyle Shanahan, how he handles this adversity, whether he is able to continue with banged up skill. This adversity is going to help us find our identity going, later on in the season. So that's kind of why it was a good loss. People think that a lot of people was hating on Brock, was happy because we lost last week. It wasn't that we were happy that we were lost, but it was kind of like a good loss because now we need to be able to find our adversity. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree with you
Find
100%, man.
Our identity.
And I'm gonna leave it with this because you said a lot of good nuggets in that, right? Not gonna take anything away from what you said, but I still don't think the Niners have an identity, and I think that's by plan though. And I know we want to know what it is, but I think by plan or by design from Kyle Shanahan, I don't think I don't think they want us to know what the identity is. You don't want the defenses to know what are you a screen team, are you a team that throw the ball down the field, or we kind of mix it up and give levels of it, little snippets or appetizers out about what we can do. But you said some really good things, man, and I appreciate you for calling. And I got to get the other caller on, but thank you, man. I
Yeah, no
appreciate
doubt,
you.
man. No doubt, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. But real quick, man, it's just like our identity the whole time has been give the ball to CMC ever since, he got here last season. You know what I mean? So this is the first time we don't have him to just hand him the ball all game. So it's gonna be interesting to see how we approach this. But yeah, appreciate you having me on, man.
For
Hit that
sure.
like button for my boy Breezie. Let's get
Appreciate
it.
you. Thank you,
All right.
baby. Peace. Very, very well thought out. Like he came with a lot of nuggets, right? A lot of stuff, man. He said the game is gonna be on Kyle. Definitely, Kyle definitely has to figure out how to make, I guess the adjustments. I will say that Kyle is a much better adjustment maker after the fact. It was during the fact that was my issue with Kyle Shanahan. If you watch the nitty gritty, the overreaction show, it was like, dude, on the fly, you suck. Like you just what do look, and to be fair to Kyle, he tried to get Ray the touches and things like that, but it was Debo's game plan. You know what I'm saying? It was still the screen game. That ain't Ray. Like you and like Kay said, he's probably a better route runner, getting down the field, getting open, beating defenses, things like that over the top. Let it freaking rip. I think we see a different game plan with the pieces that he has. He knows he doesn't have Debo, so the screen thing might be different. And maybe we get more Ronnie Bell. We tried Ronnie Bell on a couple of screens this year. Only one of them was productive. So we'll see. We'll see how it happens. Share Club NFL. What's up, Breezie? Checking in from England. What's going on, bro? I hope all is well over across the pond. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Let me get my man XM3. What's going on, baby?
What's going on, family? How's it been?
It's good, man. Things are good, man. I know we lost, but I'm over it. I'm ready to redeem ourselves on today.
Yeah, yeah, man. You just had a birthday, right?
No, I didn't have a birthday. No, 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 not me. Now my birthday not until
Okay,
January. Yeah, but
okay,
appreciate it.
okay, okay. Yeah, I barely get a chance to catch the lives, so I'm here now.
And
But
that's all that matters.
man, that's what matters. I'm still alive, still breathing, so thank God for them. Those miracles in itself, right?
Yes, sir.
But so I kind of just jumped in. So what was the subject matter? What was y'all talking about?
So look, Brock Purdy didn't have a great game.
Right.
And he's gonna be locked in. I'm telling you right now, Brock Purdy's gonna be locked in. Who is Brock Purdy going to activate in today's game? We already know Christian McCaffrey, even with the oblique injury, is still going to be a force to be reckoned with. But who else is going to step up offensively? No Debo, no Trent Williams. What are we going to get?
I didn't know Trent was out. I knew Debo was out.
He's listed
So what's
doubtful, but I'm not expecting him to play.
right. So we got CMC. You know, the other guy, the guy was just on. He was talking about the identity, and you was talking about how we haven't really found our identity. But I think the difference. I got a little pushback. I think our identity is the unexpected because we have so many outlets that we can utilize. That most people tell you say what? Take this, take this guy out. Uh, even though, how you gonna attack the line and all of that. My biggest concern right now is with Trent Williams being out. You know, what's the protection gonna look like, and what is Kyle going to do? Because a lot of our runs go to Trent Williams' side. Uh, so I don't know. That's the most nerve wracking part because I have no issue. Brock had his worst game ever, but he still played good, and it was against the number one defense, and they proved to be the number one defense for a reason. Like, but we still had a chance. Moody missed 2 field goals. One make that one earlier, and that's the game. We win, right? That last field goal would have been the icing on the cake to really just seal the deal. So drive. I ain't gonna. Yeah,
As soon as you started
that seemed
driving,
like a basic kind of thing right there. You know
so
what I
we
mean?
can't,
Like,
we don't hear you clearly. Everybody can't hear us.
those extra penalties thrown out there to give us the loss, but I ain't gonna get on my mic conspiracy theory kind of thing. But I don't know, man. I would like to see Ray Ray. I would like to see number 10. We just I just believe that we have the capability. And I believe Brock has shown another rock capability to deal
So your mic is unclear.
being out.
We can't hear you clearly. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you clearly. Like like it's going in and
I'm not muted. I
out.
can't
No,
hear
you
you.
you can't hear me.
I can't hear you.
That's weird. Can you guys hear me out there? I don't know, but I know I'm not hearing you clearly.
You can't hear me. I can't hear you.
That's crazy. Maybe you could go out, come back in. Maybe.
I can't hear you, Breezie. I can't
Gotcha.
hear.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna remove him from the stage. I'm gonna try to type him a message behind the stage. Go out, come back in. All right. Let's see if we could get him on there. All right. Because as soon as he took off, it's like the phone internet connection just he does look like Steven Jackson now that I think about it. The Captain Jack. You do look like Steven Jackson. That is funny. It was just popping, bro. And it was just we just needed I want to make sure that they can hear your point. So check the private messages. If somebody could send him a message in the chat. I think at him in the chat. That's my man Mizell. I don't know. Hopefully he got my message. I think he got my message. He's gonna go out and try to come back in and see if we can fix the connection. He might have switched to his Bluetooth or something. Don't bother me. I was thinking the same thing. But he did mention something I do want to touch on real quickly. He talked about our identity being the unexpected, and that's kind of like what I meant. Like, right? I was saying, like, I don't think we have much of an identity, but it's by plan, it's by design, and it's because we don't want the other teams to know who to focus on each week. All right, let's try that. Let's see if we can get you in. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think he still can hear me. RM, what's good? Can you hear me? I can hear that engine revving up though. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
I can't hear you. You can't hear me.
Well, I can hear you now. I hear you a lot clearer now. I'll type it in the chat. Go ahead and get your point off. Go ahead and talk. All right. So I want you to talk. You go ahead and talk. I can hear you clearly.
I'm
So we're gonna get him on. We're gonna get him all situated. He's gonna start talking. Hopefully, he's getting my messages behind the stage, and I just want him to speak. I know he can't hear me. He's gonna go back and try to come back in and connect through the car. Okay, instead of the Bluetooth. We're gonna try it one more time. All right, and see what happens. Anyway, look, I just feel like the Niners are gonna have a great game tonight. Um, it's prime time. The only thing I don't like about tonight's game, only thing I'm not worried about, I just don't like it. I cannot like something, right? The only thing I don't like is the fact that we playing on turf. But the Niners are pretty good in playing on turf, right? Like they're pretty good. And I just feel like the Niners are gonna I just think they're gonna literally open up a can of whip whatever. A lot of people feel like CMC shouldn't play. And look, man, I get it. I get it. Look, I get it, but I don't get it. I don't think CMC is injured enough to not play. That's my take. I don't think he's injured enough to not play. Is he banged up? Yup. But y'all want to put bad knee Elijah Mitchell out there. He banged up too. Jordan Mason may be the healthiest running back, and that ain't good. You're gonna need them all, right? I don't think their defensive front is as much of a force as that Cleveland Browns front. I will say that the Minnesota Vikings are going to blitz. They're going to figure out ways to dial up the pressure. All right, figure out ways to dial up the pressure. We're gonna try this one more time because I got to go get my son. So here we go. XM3, you ready? I thought he was ready. Maybe he's not ready. Maybe he never came back, and I thought he came back. Oh, well. Let's do some score predictions, guys. Now, listen, there will be a nitty-gritty score prediction on Facebook for a prize, so make sure you guys take advantage of that. Guys, drop y'all score predictions in the show. I'm going 34-6. I think that's what I said, or 31-6. I'm sticking with the 30s. I think we get back on track to the 30 Purdy games. I think I said 9. I'm sorry, not 6. I said 9. I think the Niners give up 3 field goals. I think they give up a couple of explosive plays, but they figure out how to keep the freaking Vikings out of the end zone. All right. I'm going to go ahead and post up some of y'all score predictions as we speak. I'm going to see if I can get them back on here real quick. All right. Let me see. What's the first one? Oh, don't bother me, says 34-17. Moody goes 2 for 2. Good, because I can't take it when y'all sit there and talk trash about my boy Jake Moody. That junk hurts me to the core. I'm like, dude, he gonna miss some. Robbie Gold wasn't perfect. Ran Gold blooded 45-17. I like that. Getting into the 40s. Christy Marie, damn it, you gave him a touchdown. You gave him a touchdown. I'm mad at you. 31-13 for Christy Marie. You gave him a touchdown. That's kind of messed up. Fish and Chips, 27-20. Listen, if the game is this close, Fish and Chips, you might want to change your avatar and your name because you said this live. Do you know how many of us will be probably admitted to some type of emergency room if the game is this close? I I could dig it, but I can't dig it. Felicia, Felicia says 34-10. All right. Peachy 37-16. All right. Snoop 41-10. Geo Kane 38-10. And guess what? We about to get my man's score prediction right now. Golden State Niner 42-10. My brother Ty. Speaking of Ty, Ty always drops in at the right exact times. Give me a second. I definitely want to show off some of his great work. All right. Now, listen, first and foremost, go to residency.com. Use the promo code SFBreezy. You can save right here $5 on your total purchase. You can cap this Alameda hat or whatever. And I wore this particular cap because it goes with the hoodie that I'm wearing because it is hoodie season, especially on the East Coast. And we have the hoodies out right now. Shout out to Ty Austin out there. You can go to www.twben.com /shop. All right, it's scrolling right there below. Now I want you guys to see this, so let me go ahead and you can see how it looks on your boy Breezy. Give me a second. You ain't gonna hear no volume. Just give me a second. All right, CMC stands for cheap mother code. So go ahead and grab your shirts. Mike, what's going on, baby?
Yeah. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Look, it's football day. Like that's
Yes,
that's
it
most
is. I'm
important.
excited.
Yeah, like, and it's so far from now, but it's not. Like, you know what I mean? We've waited all this time, so I'm sure I could wait another few hours. But I watched so much football yesterday, and it wasn't
Mhm,
49ers football, and now I'm
mhm.
anxious and antsy, and I want to see some Niners football. So, Mike, had a couple of questions that I did. I opened up the chat, and they came on, and they talked about who they felt like is going to be unlocked or unleashed. Who will Brock Purdy, the 49ers quarterback, because he's going to be locked in. Who will he activate on today? Is it a player that's already there? Is it a player that may be getting more playing time? I want to know what the great Mike Andrews is thinking.
My man. It's the one with the locks. It's my man. Y'all know it's gonna be Brandon Ayuk, bro. Brandon Ayuk going crazy tonight.
You confused me, Mike, because I feel like the 49ers got like 30 players with locks. Like, I just didn't know which one you was talking about.
On the offensive side of the ball. I think it's just Mason and Ayuk, right?
Right. So I really I was like, oh, he's gonna unlock Mason. I think
Oh,
I was like, I
nah,
didn't think
man.
Mike was gonna say that. And then you hit me with the Brandon Ayuk. I'm
Nah,
so
man.
slow.
Mr. Cheap motherfucking Code is the guy that's gonna go crazy today from the running back position. But as far as who Brock Purdy is going to unlock, it is 100% Brandon Ayuk. If
Man,
y'all don't
can't
think
wait,
that he
bro.
took that last game personal,
Oh yeah.
all those drops and stuff, now everybody's saying, oh, he got drops. My man went from 85% completion percentage and just plummeted. Oh yeah, he got something to prove. Case, stop it. Stop it, Case.
You're not lying. You know why we haven't talked about Brandon Ayuk this whole episode, Mike.
Are
So
you serious?
it's been Jordan Mason and how because Christian McCaffrey's playing, and it's been how Mason should be playing and McCaffrey should be resting. And so like I'm just have Jordan Mason brand in my vision. So I wasn't even
Okay.
thinking about BA because I just feel like he's always unlocked, but he needs to unlock. He needs to be on the same page as his quarterback. His quarterback's gonna come out throwing him the ball.
Yeah, he is. He is. And you know what's cool though? I'm not mad at people thinking about Mason, right? Because if CMC is not the guy, I prefer it be Mason. I don't want to see the Elijah Mitchell. Let's get back in football shape right now. Like, nah.
It's
Nah.
not no, it's not time.
So I'm not mad at people
Not the
thinking that
right
way.
time is what I'm saying. Like for
You
him.
know the nighttime. Never
Oh,
mind.
night and day.
Let's go, baby.
Night and day is the right time. Night and day. Yo, my favorite
Yeah.
part about that Cosby episode was Rudy.
Baby. Yes, she was killing it. She was killing it.
And they had the head bop. Yo, Ray Charles was a bad mother sucker. That's who did the song for those that don't know
Yeah.
music. That's a Ray Charles classic, man. Mike, it's not even no harm, no foul time. We giving them a preview to the show. Mike, why don't you give them a preview of what we gonna be talking about today?
Wow. Okay. So I usually post polls and nobody sees them, right? The polls that I post, I might get 70 votes, but for whatever reason, 1,500 of y'all decided to vote on this poll, and it's almost a 50-50 split. The question was simple. I'm not gonna make a case either way. It was simple. Would y'all trade Debo for Devontae? It was just that simple. But the reasons that I'm seeing for each of these answers is wild to me. It is wild to me. So I can't wait to get into the show because y'all know, I can't. Y'all got to tune in.
So swap Debo for Devontae, and we'll
Mhm.
give it to him. All right, that's gonna be cool. Will we be
Yeah.
able to have enough time to bring maybe one or two on to kind of give their take on it? Or
Let's do it, baby. Open
let's
up
do
the
it.
phone lines. Yeah.
Let's do
Oh yeah. Come on. Come on now.
Let's do it.
I
The
think this is what
swap
I think
meet.
we should do. I think we should do the first 15 minutes. Let people call in. Right. So if y'all don't have y'all alert set, I don't know what to tell y'all. We are doing this show like clockwork. Even the days that don't start at 4 p.m. Eastern, we start at exactly 3:45 Eastern. Like we don't fluctuate at all. It's been very, very consistent, except Thursday and Friday where Wayne was on a boat or in a closet or something. Right.
Closet. Sorry.
But for the most part, we have been extremely consistent and we give y'all a heads up when we're not. And so y'all got to be there and be on time. It's a 30-minute show. Now, it is game day. If we happen to go a little bit longer, I'm not mad at it today. So we'll see how to what they say in church, how the spirit moves us.
Subject due to change to the Holy Spirit
There
of
you
the
go.
49ers. I like that. Ayo Jacob says CMC should be very limited this game. We get to see other players show what they can contribute. And this is what my man Case 49 spoke about earlier. And Brock without the number one weapon, I guess he's talking about Christian McCaffrey's, Debo Samuel, as far as weapons. So the Yak game may be limited somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
What I just want to get your take on this.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to be limited. I don't think he's going to be limited. Y'all know how I am. I am a very, very I have a stern response. If you were on the field, I don't want to hear excuses. If you're going to be a liability for your team, stay on the sideline. If he's out there, let's go. I don't want to hear no excuses. So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, well, we got to watch him and he's got to be on. If he's got to be on snap count, sit him on the sideline. We're going into a bye week. Go sit down. Get all the rest you need. But if you on that field, I want 100% effort and no excuses. It goes for any player out there. I don't care.
So it's the same for you all the way around.
Right. Now, I'm not opposed. So when I say no snap count, what I'm not opposed to is this. You go out there on that first drive and you get banged up and say, hey, man, this hurts. Then sit down for the rest of the game. I'm not opposed to that. Right. I expect something like that to happen with Trent Williams. And I expect something like that to happen with CMC. Go out there, see how you feel, think about the big picture. Can you finish this game or not? And then that be it. None of this, oh, we're going to use Christian McCaffrey for 17 snaps. No. Let the other running backs get in a rhythm so we can go ahead and let this offense flow. Let Jalen Moore get in a rhythm so we can let this offensive line get in sync. I don't want to see this back and forth shuffling of the players. They go out there to open and drive. That's cool. See how they feel. Let the streak continue for the touchdowns, right? Cool. We want to see that. If you're not feeling good after that, sit down the rest of the game. Not back and forth.
I got a question because I just have this conspiracy that I want to put out. So can I ask you this question, Mike, with your honest opinion?
All right. You asked me to be honest. Don't get me in trouble.
Do you think Debo Samuel is really hurt?
Yes.
See, I don't.
Now that's interesting. That is
because
very
he was
interesting.
listed day to day, just about every day, and then out of nowhere, here comes the hairline fracture.
Mm-hmm.
Just popped up out of nowhere, and didn't say he was going to go get a MRI or anything. Like, right? It just popped up, like just, day to day, right? And then boom. Now, I'm only asking this question because I do think this, and this is not his only role, but I think the screen game is prefaced by having Debo Samuel in the lineup, at least the type of screens that they like to run, right? I think it's prefaced with him being in the lineup. I don't think we screen against this team. I think Kyle Shanahan is going to let Brock Purdy. This is how confident he is. this defense up, yo. Like, I just think he's gonna let Brock Purdy literally let the ball rip, get the ball. Now he's gonna have to get the ball out of his hands quickly, but that doesn't always negate to screenplays. There's quick slants, quick outs, quick throws, all that type of stuff. I asked you a kind of like a 2-point question, but you said yes, you think he really is hurt. I don't think he is. I just think this is one of Debo's kind of like mini vacations that he gets in his contract for some reason every single year, yo, around the bye week.
Is he always injured around the bye? Now you about to see. You about
see? I feel like around the bye week he gets an injury and he gets 3 weeks off. Trent too.
What? But they're just injured guys. They just injured guys. I mean, I hear you. You know, I love a good conspiracy theory, right? But a couple of things that you said.
This is my question, Mike. Because see, there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. I really feel that.
Okay.
And I love how Callie brought me back to the beginning of the circle when I started this show. Because I think Debo was hurt, but I just feel like him and Kyle got this rapport. We talked about this on the other show about Debo. You know what I'm saying? No. I didn't say he couldn't play. I'm not saying. I don't know. I just feel like Kyle don't need him this week or next week. Or hey man, just chill out to the bye. Make sure the shoulder is super. I just want to know, where did the hairline fracture come from? Because Debo said it was his bicep, and now it's a hairline fracture. So I'm confused.
Well, the other thing that we have to consider is what if, you know, part of what you said is true as far as if they feel like this isn't a good game plan for Debo. Kyle tried to dispel that. He said, I don't have game plans for certain players. I kind of let just go with the flow.
I need that little kid saying bull stuff on my pad. I'm going to get that today. I promise.
Because if that's the case, and this isn't a game plan for him, there's no need for him to go out there. But they said that there was fractures.
Okay. I believe it.
I don't know if you're allowed to falsify a report like that in the NFL.
Listen, I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying that there aren't fractures. I'm just, Symmetry says they're hard to detect right away. That's cool. It's just for me, stuff happens timing wise for the 49ers. It's always a timing thing.
Yeah.
They can't remain healthy at the same time.
Right.
This is not a shot at Debo, though. I'm just asking a question.
And something I agree with. You talked about how Kyle's going to unleash Brock Purdy. No team in the league blitzes as much as the Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings, yeah.
And they said that on third downs, the league average of zero cover is 6%. They play it 20%.
Got you.
So it's going to be a lot of getting rhythm and throw this ball. Getting rhythm and throw this ball. Getting rhythm and throw this ball. That's why I think Brandon Ayuk is going to go crazy tonight. I really, really think Brandon Ayuk going for over 200 yards tonight, bro.
That's dope. Because I think Brock Purdy unlocks the others. I think Brandon Ayuk still takes the top off the defense. I still think Brandon Ayuk is your deep threat option. But I think it mixes up. I think we see more Ray, and I think we get to see some Ronnie Bell in this game. And perhaps that's a quick thrower, a quick hitter you could get the ball to, who's kind of tough, like a Deebo Samuel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
kind of like and being like are two different things, though. We got to be careful with that because that
I said kinda. I ain't say the second part. I said kinda. I definitely didn't say the second part, but you are 100% correct. I said kinda.
Yeah.
I said he has a mentality, but he's still built differently. But he protects his body more as a wide receiver. I don't know if you noticed that.
With McLeod, you talking about?
No, I'm talking about Ronnie Bell.
Oh, Bell. Oh, yeah. Bell. For
now,
sure.
I don't think Ray has the same mentality as Deebo Samuel. Period. But he's definitely a better blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm glad. Look at you. I'm glad you could admit that.
Oh yeah. Debo's the worst blocking wide receiver on this team.
Wow. I'm so glad to hear you say that.
I don't agree that he just take plays off. That's what I disagree with. I just think he's the worst blocking wide receiver on the team. But he will block if it's a play that he has to block on. If it's a play that he don't got to block on, he ain't getting no hairline fracture.
Yeah, no. He hit that ball going to the right. That's not coming in this direction. So I'm good. Debo ain't doing that.
Do we see more George Kittle today in the receiving game?
It depends on what you call more. I know that
at least G's.
I think everyone's like, oh, it's tight end weekend, it's tight end day. So yeah, George Kittle's gonna get involved. But I remember the last couple of tight end days. He got in the end zone. This is the fourth one or fifth one. He's been in the end zone one time on National Tight Ends Day, guys. Once. So we just got to keep that in mind. Got to keep that in mind.
Over or under, Juice gets one target in this game.
As in a carry or a pass?
I thought targets were carries. I mean, targets were passes.
Juice gonna get two. He'll get two tonight.
So get 2 targets.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like he's been getting one.
Oh my God.
Your phone is blowing up. All right.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. All right, Mike, we about to get out of here. But a couple of things. We have another birthday. We have to wish a happy birthday to another 49er player. His name is Ty Davis Price. Let's wish
TDP. Oh, girl, you nasty.
Let's wish him a happy. You want to sing happy birthday to him? Just curious.
No, I'm good. Happy birthday, homie.
Dang. Dang.
That's it.
Well, all right. I just want to put his name on there. So if he watched the show, he could say, at least they put the name up there.
Hey, they got. Have you seen the new way that they were singing the happy birthday joint?
I can't do this. Too many words. It's like I told you, us.
I just like that though, man. It was
why
like
we gotta complicate and everything gotta be like it's just complicated. Like it's just more words.
What's swaggy? Wait, when Nick Bosa's birthday? I thought that was like, when was that?
Today.
All these dudes' birthdays are today?
Yeah, and our bro Terrence's birthday's today too.
There you go. That's my guy right there, man. Happy birthday to Terrence too.
Yeah.
Okay,
man.
so does Nick Bosa get a sack on his birthday?
I think Nick Bosa gets 2.5 sacks today.
2.5. Y'all just expect him to.
I do.
Turn it up.
I motherfucking do. You know why? I just do.
No, what you gonna say?
You knew what I was gonna. Don't try to get it.
I'm sorry.
It's the daytime. It's not the nighttime.
All right, that's cool. I like it. Can I ask you an over/under question real quick?
You could ask me that whatever you want.
Field goals for Jake Moody.
I hate you.
Not made, not missed, just attempts.
3.
Okay. I was gonna set it at 2.5 to see what you said over or under. Okay.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop and let you talk. Like
I like it.
I just think it's 3 attempts, and I think he goes 3 for 3.
Okay. I hope you're right. I got him in fantasy. Let's go.
Yo, I had to cut him. I needed some points. Well, it was the stretch where he wasn't.
There was no attempts. Yeah. 2 games in a row where he just left with 4 points. 3, like he was 5 for 5, one of them joints.
Yo,
and it was 5 points. No field goal attempts. I'm sitting here like, yo, you got to be kidding me. I've never been so mad at the perfect kicker
really
before.
Got fired?
Who?
Wait, who doing the walkout with the Debo's not there or Trent? Who's doing the dance today?
Look, we on the road. We do it on the road too.
Do we do it on the road?
We do it on the road.
That's why Cleveland did it on the road. Let me ask you this question. Since Trent and Debo's not playing, but since Trent probably won't play, will the music be different on the boombox?
Nah, I think they both travel with the team. And I still think they walk out with them.
Trent better not be walking. Period. But
what you mean?
He
got to walk through the tunnel.
He in an ankle boot, ain't he? He can just stay off that ankle.
He's playing tonight.
Oh, he is?
Well, I think they're feeling him out tonight.
I thought he was doubtful.
Right.
I haven't seen a doubtful player play. Oh, Snoopy has a question too. Start Mason or Mitchell?
You know what's weird about this question? Was weird,
Because you
right?
wanted to say Mason, but I think you were going to say Miss Mitchell.
Well, because logic says Mason,
But
but
it's Mitchell.
it's
That's the
Mitchell's
Niners
job.
logic.
Like
Right.
Kyle's logic is
Right.
Mitchell first,
Right.
and I don't get it. I don't get it. So I
I
was
don't know. I'm starting Christian McCaffrey. That's who I'm starting. I just think Christian McCaffrey, he gets 2 touchdowns in this game. Like I just feel like I know the oblique injury. I think he's pissed off too, though. I think he's pissed off, and we know what we don't talk about. Like, do you get the sense? Because I gotta get up out of here. Oh shoot, I gotta get my son. Do you get the sense that Christian McCaffrey may feel he let his team down?
Hold up. Breaking news. Trent Williams, who was listed as doubtful, will not play on Monday Night Football. He is out.
Oh,
there you go.
is.
Per
Right.
Adam Schefter.
Okie dokie, hokey pokey. So, who's getting the start? Leroy Watson? No, I'm just playing. It's gonna be Jalen Moore.
It'll be Jalen Moore. And now I have no idea who's walking out with the music and hyping the team up. That's different.
Okay. Well, let's get to this poll question so I get the hell up out of here. All right. We'll be back at 4 p.m. No harm, no foul. The question was, will Christian McCaffrey continue the touchdown streak for most consecutive games? Mike, you said.
I say yes. Give him one.
Okay, and I say yes too. And 87% of the votes, we had 174 votes. They say yes. So Trent is ruled out. Mike, you said Mitchell, but you would start Mason, right?
I always go with my gut in fantasy football. Mason is the better guy right now, but I mean Kyle will clearly give Mitchell the carries first. He did it last week also. Mitchell got the carries first, and then they went to Mason.
Correct. All right. Well, there you guys have it, man. Mike, thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate it, man. You kind of just came in and gave another perspective on the world, Craig. Mike, trade deadline's coming. Debo for Devontae Adams.
We'll discuss it for. Y'all better
Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the WayneBreezie Show. I hope I didn't miss anything. And if I did, charge it to the game. I got to get up out of here. Love y'all. See y'all tonight, 4 p.m. No harm, no foul. Thanks for watching. Oh, there was a question about the music video. It is here, and it's so dope. And I'm going to do a watch party. I'm going to do a couple of them for the members. If you're a member, you get to see this joint first. All right. So if you're a member, we're going to be setting up a watch party. But I'm going to present it after the 49ers beat the shit out of the Minnesota Vikings. I need that in my life right now. I just need a victory. I don't know about you, Mike. I need a victory.
If I had an applause button, I would be pushing it right now. That doing it, that was fine.
I feel like you just, you say what you need to say because you're taking a shot at me, but it's cool because you're the only person that can. Love y'all, man. We out.
We so bright that we shining.